Deep in a silent forest at night, the only sound is the heavy thud of a shovel hitting the cold earth. You are working alone, struggling to dig a grave before the sun comes up. But whose body is waiting to be buried, and who is holding the shovel? In the world of the teacher, the people we trust the most are often the ones hiding the darkest secrets. As this story warns us, lesson number 1, trust no one. The Teacher was published in early 2024 and quickly became a massive bestseller. The author, Freida McFadden, has a very interesting background. She is actually a practicing doctor who specializes in brain injuries. She uses her medical knowledge to write mind-bending thrillers that explore how people manipulate and trick each other. This book is part of a modern phenomenon often called book talk, where readers on social media share stories that are fast-paced and full of shocking changes, which fans call McTwists. It is set in Kasem High School, a place that seems normal on the outside, but is full of rumors and scandals. The narrative brings together 3 different people whose lives are about to collide. There is Eve, a strict math teacher, Nate, her charming husband and English teacher, and Addie, a lonely student with a troubled past. Last year, the school was shocked by a scandal between a student and a teacher, and everyone believes Addie was at the center of it. As a new school year begins, the atmosphere is heavy with distrust. The story is told through the eyes of Eve and Addie. Eve and Nate have been married for 8 years, but their marriage is cold and unhappy. Eve hides a secret obsession with expensive designer shoes and is even having a secret affair with a man she met at a shoe store. Meanwhile, Nate begins to show a lot of interest in Addie's poetry. He tells her she is special and talented. Nate uses his position as a teacher to make Addie trust him, telling her, "You're my soulmate." This is a key moment because it shows how Nate manipulates his students into thinking a dangerous relationship is actually transcendent love. Eventually, Eve discovers that Nate is having an affair with Addie. She confronts him and demands a divorce, but things turn violent. Addie, feeling desperate, hits Eve over the head with a heavy frying pan. When Nate arrives, he thinks Eve is dead, and he decides to finish the job by strangling her to make sure she can never tell his secrets. Nate and Addie drive to an abandoned pumpkin patch to bury the body. As they work, the narrator notes, "Digging a grave is hard work." This phrase reminds us that secrets are heavy and exhausting to keep hidden. Nate eventually abandons Addie at the site, planning to let her take the blame if the body is ever found. However, there is a massive twist. Eve was actually alive. She digs herself out of the shallow grave and begins to haunt Nate by leaving her shoes around the house to scare him. In the end, Eve and her secret lover lure Nate back to the pumpkin patch, knock him out, and bury him alive, giving him the exact fate he intended for her. The final McTwist is revealed in the epilogue. Eve's secret lover, whom she thought was an adult, was actually a student at the same high school all along. Fundamentally, The Teacher is about trust and deception. It explores how people in power, like teachers, can abuse that trust. It also looks at the masks we wear, how someone can look like a perfect husband or hero teacher while being a monster in private. Another theme is the cycle of trauma, suggesting that people who are hurt often end up hurting others in the same way. The Teacher is a dark and unsettling book that reminds us that secrets never stay buried forever. It challenges us to look past appearances and realize that the truth is often much more complex than the rumors we hear. As you finish this story, ask yourself, how well do you really know the people around you?
Thanks for listening to Books Simply. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves books.